All right, we're getting to the main event. As you know, we're gathering here with under the theme Mentor was chosen for our Glasgow chapter, and this is all about the connection, the connectivity, and really paying homage to the people who have brought you where you are, and also looking internally to see how you can also pull people up as you go. So. I'm really excited for the person that we have in the house today, our speaker. He is the epitome of what it means to truly be passionate about mentorship and be passionate about pulling as you climb. I know him from school. Like, I went to Kent State a few years later than he decided, but his legacy has permeated the whole journalism program, advertising program. So I'm really, really excited to have someone who I know to really do what he talks. So without further ado, by the way, while you're taking notes, make sure you're typing, do all the things, so in advance. But without further ado, I'm so excited to invite to the stage Lewis Williams, everyone. No, finally.
I think I might. Good morning, everybody. So you all can hear me okay, right? So, Adon, thank you very much. Really good energy. I'm trying to keep it going here. Okay, so I got a 45-minute presentation that I got to do in 20. Okay, so we just got to go through this thing. But, mentorship is a really good thing. And one of the things I think mentors are born and not made. Because I think either you are or you're not. Because it really demands a lot of yourself and putting other people's needs, desires, and success in front of yourself. And your reward is seeing others succeed. So you really have to be a special kind of person to be that, and I think you're just born that way. Okay, thank you. Now, which one is back? That's back. Okay, my presentation is The Long Way Home. 7 mentors, 1 journey. I'm going to share with you 7 mentors that influenced me, and there's many more. I just chose this 7. And is that I'm going to, what I'm going to do is show you the mentor. I'm going to share with you what I got from them, and I'm going to show you a piece of work that was inspired from what I learned from them, okay? Now, this first thing I'm going to show you is a commercial that I did not do. Goodby did this in the mid-90s, but this is one of the greatest spots to me personally.
The teacher tells us all we gotta do is just say no. And the other day, a police recruiter first told me to say no to. When my teacher doesn't have to work, I basically rule. He made me the demon, so I'm scared of the police. They're not scaring me. And they sure don't take deals for mess.
To Kevin Scott and all the other kids who take the long way home. Don't give up.
I'm Kevin Scott. A lot of us are Kevin Scott, especially those who came from tough neighborhoods. The jumping over the fences, you do that every day, taking the long way home to make sure you go around the trouble and all the barriers. And in this space, a lot of people have been there my entire career. So my mission is to share knowledge and experience to help mentor young and not so young. I see some of the friends I know are here, so thanks for coming. Creators navigate the ad space. I see this as a two-way street. One of the reasons I've been successful, put that in quotes, in my career is that I adapt and learn from those who have come before and listen to those who come after. That's very key. Listen to the ones that come before, right? I mean, what did I say? Learn from those who come before and listen to those that come after. And that's really important in the world we live with AI and stuff like that. So that's really important. Mentor one, John Paul and Nora Lee Williams, also known as Mom and Dad. Mentorship doesn't start when you get into a profession. It starts at home. This is what they taught me. Work hard, respect others, treat people like the way you like to be treated. Be honest and be dependable. That's before you get any kind of corporate job, I don't care. Those were your first mentor, the people in your house and your home. Sister, brother, whoever you had, whatever your home looked like. That's where mentorship really truly begins. Don't forget that. What I got out of that? A high school diploma. Yeah, that's me with hair. Central High School in Macon, Georgia. You got to have first, why that's important, because you have to have a high school education. You even need that to get into armed services, right? So it all started. That's my first success, high school diploma. Kent State University.
Go Flashes.
Go Flashes. And you say, Lewis, Kent State? How can a university be a mentor? Mentorship doesn't always have to be people. They can be experiences. And experience can be a mentor. My son, don't touch that when he was little. Don't touch that. That's hot. You know what 2 years old do. Screw you. He touched the hot pot. Ouch! That taught him something. The experience taught him something. Mentors do not always have to be people. They are experiences. Right? This is what I learned at Kent State. The importance of having talent. Now, you can have talent, but you also have to be committed. You have to have determination, and you have to have confidence. It was tough for me, coming out of Macon, Georgia, small town, and going to Kent State University. We didn't go to Duke and North Carolina with, Ohio State. They had awesome, football and basketball teams. We're known for Fort Dead in Ohio. I don't know how many people know May 4th, 1970, where the National Guard fired on student protests, killed 4, 9 wounded. That experience showed me wow, college is bigger than this. It was very interesting to see what the government did. I wasn't there then, but I came soon thereafter. It was just interesting to see what the government really can do. So when I see what's going on now, I really have a different set of eyes to that. Tri-Towers. That little arrow here was my dorm room on the 12th floor. Now, what's important about that is that my hometown, Macon, Georgia, the tallest building downtown was 12 stories high. So I went from a really small town to a university with 20,000 students. I had to be okay with that. Because I remember my first day there, and I somehow got into art program. I went to major in graphic design. And the professor, somehow I got in the program without them seeing my portfolio. And when he saw my portfolio, he kind of you okay. So I'm just a little Georgia boy. They laughing at me because I talk country, all that stuff. And I was walking back home. I started to call my parents to say, can you come get me? Then I go, screw that. I'm good. I know who I am. So that experience gave me confidence. It let me know I had to be determined and committed if I wanted to make it. And to prove him, this is a department called Glyphics. Glyphics was the star students in the graphic design program. I became one of them. So that just shows you when you put all that together. So I got a college diploma out of that. Now, the work I got from that is this logo. My first professional logo, I did it as a senior in college. The Kent State, Ohio, the city of Kent State, Ohio, still uses it, and that was 25 years ago. Third mentor, Bob Quate. He was my creative director in my very first out of school. Now, I went to school to be a graphic designer, but I ended up in advertising as an art director, creative director, and eventually chief creative officer. So how does a graphic designer go to being an advertising art director? Because in school, I had no idea what an advertising art director was. I learned from Bob Quay the power of a concept. And right now, with the great tools we're having, we're walking away with concentrating on execution versus the concept. The magic of art and copy. When you get writers in the room, when you get a great headline, and you put that together with a great visual, wow, something magical happens. And an art director is more than just art direction. An art director, I found out that I got a little writer blood in me. You know, along with just conceptual ability. You're not just a wrist that just make things look pretty. This is the very first ad I did coming out of that. That's me again. You know, look, not as big a fro, but, you know, it's still there, still hair, still there. And for those of you who can't read it, and one of the ad was a first self-promotion ad when I was trying to get, you know, you get that junior job, you're trying to get to that senior position, and everybody tells you, well, you don't have quite enough experience, and da-da-da-da-da. And at that time, broadcast was the thing. If you didn't have TV broadcast in your portfolio, you were like, right? So the whole thing, this frustration is that, well, if I don't get the chance to do television, how am I going to get a chance to do television? So it was a frustration. So the headline, just because I'm not a heavyweight doesn't mean I don't deserve a fighting chance. You know, it could be that a heavyweight art director you're looking for isn't a heavyweight at all. Lewis Williams, a strong junior with excellent heavyweight potential, is looking for a hard-hitting shot to take him on. So next time there's a shot at a title, give him a fighting chance and see how he hits you. So, you know, this whole thing about me art director, being a little boxer, swimmer, you know, all that kind of stuff, like that's concept, art, and copy. Number 4, Archie Boston Jr., a mentor I never met. Another thing about mentors, just like the experience, you may ever get a chance to meet your mentor. It shouldn't matter. Michelangelo could be somebody's mentor. They could live centuries ahead of you. You can learn from them. You can be inspired from them. They don't have to be somebody in your time. He taught me this. He wrote this book called Flying the Buttermilk. Hey, you think it's tough now? When I started, often I was the only black person in the agency. Me and the secretary or the mail guy. It was hard. But how do you take that and make it a good thing? It can be special. So what I'm saying to you is that whatever community you're from, don't be afraid to shout it. Embrace it. Take advantage of it. Because you got a holding card a lot of other people don't have. So play it, embrace it. And it also taught me social consciousness. We have talent. We're creative. Let's do something to make the world better. So when again, I was looking for jobs and some reason I couldn't get hired. Why? So I embraced the obvious. And we know when a business is in the red, that's not good. The business is in the black. Wink, wink. That's good. The headline is Lewis Williams wants to keep your agency in the black. He's an art director who knows what staying in the black is all about. Creativity plus hard work equals good profits. And he's dedicated to doing both. So the next time there's a slot to be filled, give him a call, because when it comes to staying in the black, he's a natural. Okay, I lied. I did meet him. But here's the thing. Last year, I read his book in the 80s. He was introduced in the Advertising Hall of Fame last year, Archie Boston. He was he led the department at Cal State Long Beach for years, and he's retired, but he went into Hall of Fame. I cannot tell you what I felt like when I walked up to him. I'm getting emotional. And I said, hello, Mr. Boston. I'm a little kid that you influenced that you never knew. So, it's cool. Good story, that one. Let's bring the ladies in the house. He's like, where are the ladies at? Sure. Scott, you know her well. She was our chief creative officer at Leo Burnett when I was there. Emotional storytelling. Emotional storytelling. When you tell stories, what's the Maya Angelou's, people will forget what knows?
How you that?
But never will forget how you, because you made them feel something. Emotional storytelling. Also, attention to craft. I was in a new building the other day, and I saw a wall outlet. It was crooked. And I'm saying this brand new building, and whoever installed that outlet didn't say, this is not straight. That person didn't care about their craft. When you care about craft and you build that building, something as small as that is important. So whatever you do, make sure it's the best that it can be. Always. Master the craft. Here's a spot I did at Leo Burnett. I did this over 25 years ago, and I can run it today. We did a campaign for the Underground Railroad Freedom Center in Cincinnati, Ohio, and it was called The Power of One Voice. And it's about, sometimes you're the only person in the room and you hear something that's not so cool that somebody said about another community. Everybody laughs at the joke, and you don't think it was that funny, but you don't say anything. We've all been there. This says, hey, it's one voice, but it's powerful, and it can make a difference. Take a look.
So you think you'll be able to start in 2 weeks? Absolutely. Very impressive with your results. We'll be in touch. I can. All right. It was nice meeting you both. Thank you. Good luck. Everything's pretty good. I think we've got call out, 2 points. And who's next? Exactly. You drop this.
Imagine the power of one voice. Find yours at freedomcenter.org.
Holds up, doesn't it? Hey, we did what black girls sitting at the table. You went to high school, you saw the black kids sitting together, right? The little white girl comes over there, and the black girl's like, black girls, y'all know how we're.
Outsiders.
What you do, white girl come to that table? We did one like that. So we didn't leave anybody. We got everybody. Asians, blacks, we got all of them. Just saying, so it just wasn't a one-time thing. Mentor 6, Thomas Burrell. Anybody ever heard of Burrell Communications? He started a black advertising agency in 1971. And just to let you know that in the multicultural space, the first black advertising agency in Chicago was started in 1954. So a lot of people that started in multicultural space, and we started a lot of startups now, but as young people, you got to understand, people have been doing this a long time. I learned this from him.
What was that?
Long before Kendrick, K-Dot said, not like us, Tom Burrell said, black people, not dark-skinned white people. Think about that. We are different. Our experiences are different. We behave differently. We look at products different. We have different kind of stories. You motivate us in different kind of ways. We are unique. And what I really learned from that was the power and influence of culture. We talk about it a lot now, about culture, especially black culture. See, now it's like it's cool. I was a time Kendrick Lamar in the Super Bowl. I mean, it's like the last 4 Super Bowls have been black people. Go back 15 years. Can Kendrick Lamar get a whole bunch of black people from Compton to be on the Super Bowl? No. But what has happened? right? American is seeing the power and influence of Black culture, and just culture overall, even from a Swiftie. That's a big culture too, right? So just in advertising and marketing, we have to tap into culture. Tom Burrell said that a long time ago. Listen to this.
Is it advertised that is specifically designed to reach the Black consumer, and that starts at the strategic level. It goes on to the conceptual level, to the executional level. But when you're replacing a white face with a Black face, all you're doing is dealing with the surface or the executional level of it. The key thing is that Black consumers are that dark-skinned white people. With the whole idea that white people never saw themselves reflected in media in a powerfully realistic way. That is to fantastically genius idea. But that's, I think that it would highlight their culture and put the product in their support.
I'm gonna show you this commercial I did. It's a little old, but it was so fun. It was the very first spot that I had that went viral. It was viral before viral was viral. You know what I mean? So some of you remember this, but take a look to his point.
Oh, baby,
I'm from Vietnam.
I've been found to create things and tell the end. Oh, girl, no secret. But you got to be nice, though. Why did it again? Why did I said, Lord? And again, why are you going to say to the big second, Lord? Yeah, we something. Why can't? Why?
You're still not getting any of the crispy, juicy clothing.
Wait, just please don't raise me in jail. You tell me that.
Still fun. Lastly, this is my dad. Told me to stay humble. I'm going to close this down with a little short story. It's all called Son, Get a Job Inside. It was one really cold night in February in Macon, Georgia. My father came home. My father worked outside. He worked out in the elements. He couldn't work from home. He worked outside. It was really, really, really cold. And he came home. He's dirty. He's smelling, all those things. And he sat down, was having dinner. My father only went to the 4th grade because he had to pick cotton. He looked at me. He said, son, whatever you do, get a job where you work inside. I got a job where I work inside. I don't care because I became a chief creative officer. I don't care all these things, Super Bowl commercials, I don't care. All my daddy want to know, do you work inside? So never forget, just keep it simple. We all just have a job where we work inside. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Oh, Thank you so much, Melissa, for sharing so much wisdom with us and imparting your experiences, your life lessons with us. Thank you.